Food than what we want to throw. Why do trout eat mayflies? Food. But more fundamentally, they eat because that's what's available to them. That doesn't mean that when a 5-inch long sculpin comes swimming by, that he's not going to eat it. Okay? I can so simply change my bait with a jig, and why the jig is so important because I can just pull this off here and completely change it up with a totally different presentation. And I don't even have to tie a new knot. Although I'd recommend you tie a new knot. So we can take it on here, we can say, well, okay, I want a totally different presentation. It's exactly the same jig head. Now I've got a twin-tail grub on it. And just like that, I have a whole new lure. Now I can swing this thing. It looks completely different, and I didn't even have to tie a knot, okay? Most importantly, with this little box, I can catch almost anything in the state of Colorado. And I'm not kidding you. It's got 16th, 8th, and quarter-ounce jig heads. It's got curl tails, tubes, and straight tails. And it happens to have a double tail. Oh my God. See that? I just barely bumped it, but he didn't actually commit to it. That's a curiosity bite. That might be acceptable. I don't know. There he's thinking about it. Yeah, no, not so much. But you notice the ones that fully grab and hold on to it. That fish is literally tasting it. He's just saying, is this worth tasting? Is this worth eating? I don't really know. I got a question for you. This is a good one right here. When a fish tastes for something, what's he tasting for? What do we taste for? Salty, sweet, sour, bitter, right? That's what our tongue does, right? What's the fish taste for? Yes, but how does he know? What's he actually tasting for? You. I kick right here, buddy. What about you? Taste, but what specifically? I'll throw it to you here. He's tasting for amino acid content. If it's high in amino acid, his tongue tells him that it's good to eat, okay? So, if it's high in amino acid and it's good to eat, it's nutritious if it's high in amino acids. So therefore, he's going to try to consume it. If you taste it and it doesn't have amino acid content, it's not particularly nutritious, and therefore he's going to spit it out. If it has no amino acid content, he's going to spit it out really fast. So you talk about something like a jig and spoon or any kind of a hard lure of any kind, any bait that doesn't have amino acid content, they're going to spit out in a hurry. Berkeley Gold. Very, very, very high amino acid content. If somebody bites this, they will hold it. I'm not sure that they'll bite this one, just like anything else. I don't think that it gets any more bites. What it does do is get fish to hold the bait almost indefinitely. We'll pop it, so you didn't bite it, so I'm going to pop it more. Just like any other fish, you got to mess with him sometimes to get him to bite. And then when we do get a bite, if one of these guys will cooperate, we'll stretch the seed, and he'll hang on to it like you won't believe. The deal with it, with the amino acid content, is that everything in the environment is water-based. There's nothing in the real world of fish that is not water-based. This stuff is water-based, it's biodegradable, and the fish love it. Now, he's not biting it. You guys think I'm lying then, right? In the real world, I'm lying, right? That's what's going on. No, these are fish, just like any other fish. It doesn't mean that I have the exact right presentation. I don't think that gulp gets me more bites. I don't. I'm just going to tell you right now, Berkeley might fire me. It doesn't get me more bites. It allows me to detect more bites. When I do get a bite, I have all kinds of time to spit it out. If the fish does bump the bait and doesn't get it, then okay, no problem. He'll come back and get it again. There's no hurry. On my television show next week, I get like 8 bites in a row from the same fish before I finally hook him. If I'm not throwing a water-based gulp product, I'm not convinced he's going to come back 8 times in a row and bite the bait. I just kept missing the hook sets because of why? I'm a crappy ice fisherman. Someday I'll learn. But in the real world, I was too fast trying to set the hook with that little tiny rod, and I was pulling it away from him. As soon as I slowed down, I caught him. And it was just more a matter of me not really being good with my fundamental technique. Now, fish didn't bite that one.